Hello, fellow wannabe showrunners, and welcome to another Wannabe Showrunners, the show where we show you how much we want to be showrunners. I'm Scott LaFlesh, and I'm here with Ty Skinner.
How's it going, Scott?
Not bad, not bad. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Optimistic.
That's good.
Yeah. We're here on a Thursday night.
Hey, Bigfoot!
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Thursday night writer's block. We're working here every day in November trying to get this pilot script from brand new idea we hadn't thought of yet to all the way full script. Glad to hear you're alive. Yeah, how's life? Working on anything interesting?
Ty broke his foot.
I broke my foot. Yeah, that's why there's crutches there. That's why we're streaming every night this month.
So yeah, we're working on this pitch, Friends of the Trail.
Yeah.
Why don't you give a little bit of details about it?
Okay, so it's a hangout / workplace sitcom, kind of in the vein of like a somewhere like in like a middle of like a community, Reno 911,
Tacoma
FD,
Super Troopers,
Super Troopers, that kind of zone.
Oh no!
Oh, sorry to hear. Yeah, I can relate. Maybe we just should stay out of the hospitals. Before I went in, I just had a sprained ankle.
Oh no, you didn't. That's not how it works.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. It's like Schrodinger's ankle. Sorry to hear. I hope you're on the mend though, Bigfoot.
Yeah. So anyways, yesterday we were streaming and we got a little bit heated up.
Yeah, we had look. It says pilot breakdown,
and we had a little bit of a breakdown.
We had our pilot breakdown. That's part of the process. That's part of the process for the wannabe showrunners.
Yay! Here's to you.
Awesome.
So anyways, yeah, we got a heated argument about two of our characters and what their jobs would be.
Right.
And I kind of was giving some thought. Hear me out for Fiona.
Okay, I'll hear you.
Okay. What if Fiona, it's like Fiona and her husband own a little bed and breakfast. And it backs onto the trail.
Okay.
So it gives her that reason why she's a bit of a Karen in regards to the trail. Because she feels like she owns part of the, like she owns the trail. But yet, like it's just her backyard.
Right.
Like it's just on her backyard. But, like, it gives her that kind of ownership of why she's so... and especially when it's, like, on her, like, around her area.
She's, like, supports the tourism on the trail. My question for you in all of that is she's trying to have an affair on her husband with the cop? And that's totally fine.
No, I think she's just crushing on the... I think it's more of just, like, your typical, like, girl crush type thing.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not a crush. Maybe it's not a crush.
Like I said, maybe she's having an affair. Maybe she wants to have an affair. Like there's plenty of room for that. I'm not poo-pooing it, but okay, I'm down for that.
I wanted to. Really, the reason why I said I gave her husband. She doesn't have to have her husband. She could be a widow. Her husband could have left her.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it'd be better for it gives her an excuse on why she volunteers with the Friends of the. Like, I feel like running a bed and breakfast would be a lot of work by yourself.
Right.
Unless that's it. She's got it so down packed now. Like, it's more than just a bed and... Like, it has a staff and all that. And she can kind of sit back. And,
no, definitely not.
And concentrate on the trail.
It's
a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a full... It's like a dark comedy. It's got, like, Always Sunny vibes. Like, that kind of thing. Like...
Reno 9/11.
Exactly.
It's gonna be a little wacky.
Definitely something that we want to do that we might be able to pitch to film ourselves. So we're setting it in a town that's kind of like ours, with access to like a trail like we have. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that it's a super successful inn where she has.
No, it doesn't have to be. It could be that she's Airbnb type thing or something. Like I like the idea that she owns a couple of little houses in the town or along the trail.
Like I like the B&B that you had first.
I like the B&B the most,
but it's like self-tended. That's like that kind of
yeah. But not like she has a staff member who that's the thing. She has to have somebody who does primarily most of the work because she kind of focuses more. Like she gets drawn into the Friends of the Trail stuff more.
I think that's kind of the fun of it. Is maybe there's neglect or like. That's why I'm trying to establish that these people have lives outside. Is to establish there's like consequences.
Yeah.
Right. Like so. By having her basically be able to devote her time,
I guess we're doing it like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like that show was about the bar, but then they like really jumped ship on that really quickly, and like they barely are. Like the whole thing is who's running the bar.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah, it's still like The Office, right? Like Jim has no one. Like Creed is like wacky enough to be in The Office, right? But I don't know. That's where I think is like, oh, we still want it to be like, aren't you supposed to be taking care of your life? And they're not. Rather than, oh, we have the ability to throw. Although that's the difference. To me, that's the difference between like a Trailer Park Boys and like a Community. I don't know.
And for Mo, I think. Like, going back to that, like, apothecary and health type thing,
mm-hmm.
I think he runs, like... Because, like, I was looking at, before the stream, some small-town jobs. And, like, one of them was, like, owning a cafe. Like, a cafe owner type thing. Or that. But, like, I'm thinking, what about, like, if he does, like... Not really.
No, exactly. You're meant to... support the characters, but they're meant to be bad people. They're meant to be over the top, kind of like
disrespectful to actual authority, and like not
exactly. They have heart.
Yeah,
they have heart, but we're not fighting to have characters that like you identify with. They're definitely supposed to be over the top kind of parodies.
Exactly. But what if he runs like a Booster Juice type thing? And so I'm thinking. Either he runs his own health, like he owns his own health one, or he's a franchise runner.
Okay, there's no world where he just works in one.
He could just work in one.
Cause we could do either one. And there's a lot of that kind of thing.
I feel like if he works at somewhere, then it'd be more as a barista.
Okay. Because, like I said, there is in this,
especially if it's who we're picturing, for this character. I think he'd pull off the good, like Starbucksy type barista as well.
Yeah, and I know because I don't think they would have a Starbucks.
No,
but exactly, it would be like that is like, one thing that these small towns have. At least the ones we're talking about, like a really kind of like they have like 3 or 4 with like the really fancy cupcakes and like the chocolates and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly, one that people from the city come to.
Exactly.
The whole thing.
Yeah, we have a McDonald's. But I think we want to be more... We also don't have a Starbucks, and it's a big complaint in town. Mm-hmm. But we do have, like, a couple of places that are, like, really, like, frou-frou cafes that are better, like, nicer than Starbucks. And
usually, like, self-roast, like, roast houses.
Yeah,
and they roast their own beans there and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, you get all like the really nice breads and all that kind of stuff, like bakeries / cafes.
Okay. Would it be so weird, or is this kind of crossing lines? Would it be weird for Fiona to own the cafe and Mo works for her?
No, that would be perfect. That would be the exact kind of thing I want to do.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's awesome.
And Mo's the one who can actually put up with her.
Oh, yeah. He thinks she's funny.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't want to say names, but it's like a dynamic that I talk about sometimes of like, it's just like someone who's really like annoying, but then it's like, you see the comedy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works.
I think this is really good. Is it a cafe? Is it like a cat cafe? Is it like a... No, right? Because she's too uptight for that.
No, but that would make it even more... I feel like a cat cafe might be what?
That is like another thing that's like a very common... That is incredible. Okay. I'm going to Google where an owl cafe would be. I would not go to a cat cafe. Owl cafe a million times out of a million.
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this story. When we were visiting Newfoundland,
yeah,
my brother came in and he was like, "Oh, I heard an owl," and my pop's like, "No, there's no owls," and he's like, "I'm pretty sure it could have been, I guess, something else." I think he said an eagle, but I've never seen an owl. I really wanted to be an owl, so I'm going to assume it's an owl. And anyways, after my brother left, my uncle came in and was like, "Oh, there was an owl out there today."
That is hilarious.
So do you get to like feed the owls at the owl cafe, or is it like they're just around? I can't imagine. Are you touching them? Like, man, okay. Next, let's start a pitch about an owl cafe. What if she owns an owl cafe?
I feel like that's
too crazy. That's too. People would see. That's one of those things that exists in reality, and people would see it on a TV.
Oh, wow.
And they'd be like, that doesn't exist. This is just for TV. Okay, here's my reason why it shouldn't be a cat cafe. Mayim Bialik's in a show called Cat's Cafe right now.
That's right.
Oh, that would be a problem with an owl cafe, I guess, right? Like, because they're nocturnal. Is it like an all-night establishment, or is it like mostly sleeping owls?
Oh my god.
What?
You're so fascinated in this owl cafe.
I'm very fascinated into an owl cafe. Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. But, like, what type of cafe do we want to... Because this is clearly, like... I picture there being, like, a community board on there.
Yep.
What if it's, like, the old post office or something like that?
Love it.
That was taken over.
Yep.
And it just is, like...
Fair.
And it's just, like, the central place where the town...
That's another reason I want to go to Japan. I want to see everywhere from Persona 5 and also
an
Owl Cafe. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I think that's what it is. Is he and he's the barista and she's the baker? Or does she have a baker as well?
Yeah, I think that's it. But no. Again, she's the main, like, she owns it.
Right, she owns it.
He's just her staff member.
Exactly. He got the job probably through the Friends of the Trail. Probably when he moved to town from his previous life as a stockbroker. He joined the Friends of the Trail first, but he was looking for a job. And her last barista just quit because no one could deal with her. Maybe.
Okay. What if he's not? Like, let's get away from the... If we're changing... Like...
Get away from the stockbroker thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think that works with him now.
No, that's fair.
Unless he's trying to lay low from something.
Could be.
But then, I feel like that... No, that might...
He could have been like a protester, is how I would do it. Or a whistleblower. I like kind of that, of like Mo as Edward Snowden.
Or he thinks he did something wrong.
That could be
and
too.
that people are on, like, chasing after him. But, like... It wasn't anything.
Yeah. I like that too.
But no. But let's give him some type of backstory on that, though.
Of what?
So why is he what's his thing? Like he's barista by day, yogi by night?
Yeah, or like yogi by morning, right? Like, I think he's doing like sunrise meditation.
What if he was like, or I'm just trying to think of a way to put him into the bartending kind of role as well. Do you see, like, if you see what I mean, like, he just knows how to talk to people. Like, that's kind of. I know that's kind of how, no, but like, I mean, like, that's kind of how their cafe is set up. Is that like people talk. Like, we'll sit at, like, there's like a little bar type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And people will come and sit at the bar and, like, chat away with them.
Yeah, I like it. It's like a little, like diners have that, right? Like,
yeah. Now, what's the special item that this cafe would have? That people would come for? If you know what I mean now.
Yeah. To me, in my... Like, it would be... Okay, first I was like, cupcakes, but now I'm realizing it should be bear claws.
Oh, that's good.
Right? Like, that's such a country item. It's like, kind of got that, like, and he's the baker. Like, it's like a... Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll kind of think of a name for it, for the cafe, but it has to be something kind of a little bit woody with.
It doesn't have to say Fiona in it.
No.
That was where I was too, or that's where I was, but when I think of the ones in town.
But if she's going with bear claws, you want to kind of have something that brings up like pastries or donuts or like in the name. Something that has
sense.
Like
it could be bakery though. It could just be bakery. Not the name of the business, but instead of donuts, it could be
yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got Mo.
Right. We still do, like you said, we want to give him... We're missing an element of backstory for him. But I think that's okay now if we just leave him as a mysterious...
Well, that's the thing, is...
We're fighting putting the backstory in the pilot anyways.
Oh, no. I just want to have, like, kind of idea of why he's doing yoga. Like, what's his kind of thing, and where's his importance in the company that he works in. If that makes sense. Like we established that he's really good friends with, or that he really likes Fiona.
Right.
So how do we establish, like, Fiona really likes him.
Right.
Fiona, like, is he like the man? Like, is he the manager, or is he?
I think they're a two-man operation.
Okay.
Although, yeah.
Are they? Do you want to make them partners instead?
Not really. I think she owns it, and he works for her. And I think they've got that kind of like Mr. Smithers, Mr. Burns kind of relationship, but not really. He's not in love with her, but it's kind of like that Devil Wears Prada thing, right? Like, she's like fierce, and he like respects that, and he thinks it's funny. That's the thing. Like, to me, he is like, if you took Mikey from Recess and grew him up. He's like singing, he's like light on his feet, he's like kind of like playing with flowers, like that kind of thing. Like, he's just like he's like that. He doesn't have the ambition, he's not running the business. He's just doing this because he likes to talk to the people and that kind of like, but he's mischievous too.
And that's why I got him in the cafe as the barista. I feel like it's really good for him to be able to get the yoga people, like, and it also doesn't give him a location to be able to do this. And like, it just puts him more in the community.
Love it. That's what I want people to be.
But did he fall into the yoga stuff, or did he go? Maybe that's it. Maybe we make him kind of like Brian Blessed, where he like climbed Mount Everest or went to Tibet or something. Like, he went to Tibet.
Yeah, probably.
And that's where he got like the whole yoga-y passion from.
He probably already had it, but to go up, or what, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. But that's definitely where he learned his techniques, and that's like, that's the thing. He's the kind of guy who'll do that.
Yeah.
He's 100% the kind of guy who'll save up the money, or not even save up enough money, just like go and know that he's gonna like, exactly. And that's, to me, that's perfect because he's back to town now, or maybe he's not even back to town. Maybe he's just drifted into town. I don't know how we're gonna do that. But it's exactly.
Okay. So you went on a huge Tibet trip.
He went on a like an eat, pray, love type of thing. Trip to Tibet. Hey, good luck. We'll jump over to your stream after we're done. Yeah. We don't even know your stream. I don't know. We don't follow your stream, do we?
I think so.
I don't think I do on my personal one. Anyways, as soon as we're done, we'll jump over, and I'll definitely follow you soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck. Have fun. I definitely will.
Yeah, we will. Oh, we wanted to make Ranger. We changed Ranger Rick. That he's now. Is it Bert?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bert's son.
And lives above Bert's garage.
Has a will they, won't they with Mo, right?
But I think I want that to come out of nowhere. I don't want to call it a will they or won't they.
Oh, okay. No, I just...
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I want it to be that Mo plays pranks on him in a Jim and Dwight way, but it's from that. You know what I mean? Like...
Okay.
He has a... Okay.
What are some other names for
what?
I was gonna say the trail, but
I get that because of Bear Claws. It is. You feel like it might want to be like back to basics cafe, like a nature like.
But what's the trail called?
The trail.
Just the trail.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's like the... Can't be the Algonquin Trail, but maybe it's like something like that.
Okay, we'll look into names off stream for that.
Okay.
But I think whatever the name of the trail is... Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because you're kind of more on my side.
My
yeah, I think the trail... Whatever the name of the trail is, like blah 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 trail, it should be blah 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 bakery.
Okay.
Or
like
something
yep.
Cafe. No, maybe I don't know. We'll come up with that. So yeah, we were looking at the breakdown. Okay, so we were talking about zebra mussels as our...
Oh, and we also were going back and forth on Olivia.
What about Olivia?
We're just not sure what her relative level of
Oh yeah. You wanted... Well, we were kind of talking about making her less...
less putting her on a pedestal.
Yeah. Well, no. Because again, I think that's the key thing that everybody has in this is delusional.
Right.
Every person on the Friends of the Trail share one thing in common, and that's delusion.
But no, because is Mo delusional?
I think so.
In what way?
I think Mo thinks that because he spent the time in Tibet, he spent a month in Tibet, that he's got all of life's perspectives.
Okay.
He thinks that he's Silent Bob when he speaks.
Right.
I think he's got all of life's questions answered, but he doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's the way to go for that.
Makes sense.
I think everybody's delusional.
Right. No. Because to me, that's the thing, is most of these people aren't delusional.
Yeah, like Regina Mir.
Regina's delusional. That's the thing. To me, Regina's the delusional one. I guess they are all delusional in their disrespect for authority and stuff. But like to me, that's the thing, is I don't think that where's the politician?
Oh no,
Regina. I don't think that Regina is delusional. I think she's blandly opportunistic. Boldly opportunistic. I think that a lot of them are more raw nerves than.
I think we go back to Fiona owning a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
I think that the cafe is part of, like, it's because sometimes these bed and breakfasts, people from the town will go there to eat at the restaurant that's there.
It's kind of true.
I think this is like kind of like that. It's just a little cafe that's there, and it's like it's a historic building in the town that she took over. That's along the train track. Oh, it's the old train station, or something like that.
Okay, why?
No, because where would the bedrooms come from?
Well, no, there'd be. I think there'd be enough room if you wanted to do that.
I think it'd just look cool. And again, it puts the centralist. On the trail, like.
I think it's again like.
But I'm speaking to. I think we go back to the cafe.
I think the reason I like the cafe also is because it can be in town. Like we can shoot it. It's not a specific location. It's not something we're like imagining and then having to find a place. It's like it could be any place that would let us shoot.
Well, I'm thinking of a specific place. There's a place in Carp.
Oh,
it's the old train station there. And that's kind of the place I'm thinking of for the external shots, and then you can do whatever you want for internal shots.
Right. Okay. But you know what I mean? Because to get an internal bed breakfast cafe.
Yeah. No. I get your point. What's her care for the trail then?
She jogs.
She jogs.
I really want to make them like that. I want him to make that. That's what my was in my sights. Was like,
how did she get into the? Like, what's her motivation though for getting in? Like, I can understand why she cares for the trail. What's her motivation for being one of the friends of the trail?
Because
was she maybe a former Olivia?
Maybe. Makes sense.
We show her as like we can go like how Olivia, like Fiona relates with the Olivia, like
in the 80s. We do if we ever had to do a flashback, it's like ozone layer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I like it.
Okay.
Like that's still part of my thing is we don't need to, because when you go to one of these volunteer organizations, not everyone has like a deep connection to it.
No,
mostly
but usually they have a
like,
reason of how they got in.
It's true, but usually it's kind of like I was bored. I really like this. Whatever. I was just trying to find a way to make friends. You know what I mean? Like at least that's where maybe I'm just a lonely person, and that's how I go to make friends with people. But yeah, I love this idea of she was a big
activist.
Like in the terms of like the 80s. Oh, she watched Captain Planet, and she's probably 90s, right? She's probably our age now.
No, I picture her being about 10 years. She's part of the Gen X generation.
Okay.
I picture her being a little older than us.
Yeah.
I think that works more, and because the whole thing is that she has to have already lost hope.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
She's already that's maybe why she's stuck on the trail, is because it's at least something she can kind of control.
Yeah, and it's also like we stopped using hairspray.
Yeah.
The ozone, you know what I mean? Like that was her level of like I don't think she was even as successful as Olivia then, but yeah. Okay. To me, that's Look, what I want to build is... Yeah, it's Devil Wears Prada. It's like... kind of gay men love, like, a diva. Right? Like, that kind of, like... So that's, like, the... If we can build that Mo and Fiona relationship there. Of, like, a...
Oh, I can see the Mo and Fiona relationship really well.
Yeah.
I think it really works.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Mo's super friendly, but he, like, that's kind of the thing, is they work on a good cop, bad cop type thing.
Yeah. I don't think he takes her as seriously, but he loves her. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so, Fiona is... To me, here's the other thing, is I recently watched... I think Olivia is very yelly. I think she's very, like, part of what makes her not... Like, I had her being very kind of slick and kind of like, this is my plan. I think she's very much like, no! You fucked this up! And that's why... I think that's a big... Like, I was watching that... We watched that video of her throwing the F-bomb on Colbert.
Her and Bert have to be bumping heads constantly. Olivia and Bert do not like each other.
Yeah. But she doesn't like most of the people.
No, but
right?
the two of them can't stand each other. She, like, constantly refers to him as a boomer. And, he's constantly referring to her as a millennial. And, like,
she's not a millennial.
I know. That's how that generation's always...
Okay.
I'm going with how that generation acts and all that. I'm trying to keep it real here.
Okay.
And that's the thing, is there is that whole, like, cut between each other.
Yeah. But I think she really... That's a big thing, is she really doesn't like adults for the most part anyways.
But especially older adults. And Bert might be... I think Bert's a little conservative.
Yeah, he's a cop.
Yeah. But also just in, like, from the...
Okay. So now we understand our characters a lot more.
Okay. So zebra mussels should not be trapped, and they're gonna go find it and help it out. Do they have like a where are they getting the stuff for for this? Do you want them to have like a hidden room in the garage type thing where there's stuff, or do you want that? Like, I like that idea, but it's all the Ranger stuff. They're just stealing the Ranger stuff.
What are they getting?
Secret room, just like. Stuff they can see in the dark, infrared stuff, like things that can just help them detect.
I don't think they have this kind of stuff.
The Rangers do.
Oh, the Rangers.
That's what I mean. I think because the Ranger, he was just there.
Right.
We just had him there to go get his gun.
Yeah.
What if they like raided the rest of the stuff in the locker?
Like they physically could, but you know what I mean? It's not as the more we make them teched out, the less it is like a bunch of idiots in the woods.
But that, like...
Even the Rangers. That's the thing. I don't think the Rangers have that kind of stuff.
That's true. They would... No, but there would be, like, the night goggles or whatever? Night vision goggles?
Maybe. But, like, to me, the smaller...
Hunters have those.
Yeah. But the smaller we can make this, the funnier it is. Right? Like the lower we can keep the stakes, the fun, and also,
that's why I think that's why I think it might be like it's almost like they're going ghost hunting, and like they can accidentally like, oh no, I guess.
And also like I just want to point out, we have their ranger, and this is part of the comedy that we're building here, living above his dad's garage.
Yeah.
So that guy probably makes like 25 grand a year as a ranger. Even the rangers are not high authority figures here.
No.
He's not choosing to live there to take care of his dad. I think it's truly, look, the rangers are not high on the totem pole.
Okay.
I think if you want to do this big shoot-up scene, we could and get like, a whistle, and like binoculars, like a flashlight, like.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, do they go like I feel like they need some equipment. Do they go to the Cabela's that's nearby or something like that and pick up like some
definitely not
like some bait or something? Like, I'm trying to think of what they would definitely do something. They definitely wouldn't just go by themselves. They would come up. No, they would come up. They would come up with a plan. They'd get like bait. They would be trying to think of ways of like catching it. They're not just gonna go empty-handed out there in the woods.
That makes sense.
So what is it that they're doing to prepare? What is their plan to stop this?
Like, they're in a rush to get there before the Rangers, right? Like,
right.
Okay. Maybe we build on the mythology of zebra mussels. Is there a thing that like maybe Eduardo has a part of his story is like, last time he saw zebra mussels he was eating pork rinds or like, playing the recorder because it was like 3rd grade.
Okay. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for.
Yeah. Why do they decide to split up too to cover more ground? Or do they decide, or do they get scared and split up? Or is it an Always Sunny thing and they all just argue and split up?
I think they go down the trail together on their ATVs.
Okay.
Or side-by-sides or whatever. I think it's better that they're in side-by-sides.
Right.
And they get to a point and that's where they have to split up.
Right.
Maybe there's a fork in the road or something, and they decide to, at that point, to split up into 2 teams. Maybe Olivia and Bert are just fighting so much that, like, Olivia takes off, or Bert takes off, and...
Like, I think in the end we want 3 teams. Is my thing. With the volume of Friends of the Trail we have.
Okay, so let's pick the teams then. So we would have Bert and Eduardo, Sigourney and Olivia, and Mo and Fiona, and then where does Regina go?
No, so I think we've got to be very careful with, because the only story that we have kind of planned out is Sigourney's.
Yeah.
Where she's going to end up having a snack and then like getting short took and having diarrhea somewhere.
She has to be with Fiona.
No, I don't think so. Because Fiona knows the mystery. I think we want to pair her with someone who's trying to figure out the mystery. Although we could do Fiona as well. Or maybe they run into Fiona again. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah, Fiona rejoins them back later. When Regina is like howling. Or Sigourney's story, like when Sigourney's like, and they're like, that's it. And then they go down, like they rush over to it. Right? That's to me where, and then they stumble upon them then. And it's Fiona that finds her again. Oh, and that could be kind of like the mystery if we wanted to keep... No.
So, Sigourney, Olivia, and Regina are together.
Perfect. And then Mo and Fiona and Bert and Ed again. Bert and Ed were together earlier today. It's a good dynamic to keep going.
Yeah, I want to keep Bert and Ed together.
And then, Fiona and... Who did I just say? Fiona and
Mo. Fiona and Mo we already established as a team.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they would go together. And then the other 3, it makes sense that Sigourney and Olivia would be together because of the...
I almost want to give Fiona and Mo their own mission. that's related, but maybe I'm trying to recreate an Always Sunny style plot. But I do think, oh, maybe they break off because there's a second objective that they want to do at the same time.
Okay.
I don't know that, but that is to me, pacing wise, that's a good way to do it.
Why though? What would their story be?
I don't have it. I don't have it at all. So it might be nothing, but and clearly they still want to find zebra mussels to dovetail back in.
Okay, no, let's change this a bit.
Okay.
I don't want Bert and Ed to be together.
Okay.
I think we already had them earlier together.
Okay.
I don't want to establish I want the whole entire thing to be that it sucks to be teamed up with Bert.
Okay.
And they're doing they're always doing rotation.
I like that a lot.
I think that I kind of want to have Sigourney with Bert and then have Ed, Olivia, and Regina together that way. My reasoning for it is it gives a little bit, it keeps, again, I don't want to have when she's having her shit scene to have a kid around.
Makes sense.
I'm really, that's a big one I want to stay away from.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is I kind of want to establish an Olivia crushing over Ed. Because he's the cool guy.
Yeah.
Even though he's
my instinct was to keep the kids together, so I'm definitely for that.
And then Regina is just I think she just sees something good in Olivia or something. I don't know.
Let's put Mo with Sigourney. And Mo is, because he is mischievous. He has that, pushing boundaries.
Okay.
He can be the guy who's curious about what was going on with her.
Yeah, okay.
Then he can also offer her food that he homemade that upsets her stomach. To me, that, just clicks nicely.
Okay.
And then I want to put Fiona, who's gonna, so there's really, again, if there's three storylines, two of the storylines dovetail together at that point. The B and the C storyline run to each other when Sigourney shits in the woods. But the A story is they find the mayor in a bear trap. So let's think about who finds the mayor in the bear trap, who is going to mean something. Regina. Is she with Bert? Or who?
Would it be too much to split them up into 4?
Wouldn't be too much.
Because what if you do Fiona with Olivia, put Bert back with Ed, Mo with Sigourney, and Regina's on her own. Regina was with them and she ends up accidentally getting lost or something because she's on her own ATV. The others are the others are 3 side by sides and she's got her own ATV.
Okay.
Or she's on a side by side as well. I don't know. We could the logistics of that.
I don't think that I don't want a lot of side by sides. I know by the logistics wise there should be
at least 3.
To me, there should be a lot of people walking around and not a lot of people riding. I guess, right? I
guess there should be 1 side by side and 1 ATV.
Right.
Because 4 people can fit into a side by side. If that's the thing is Olivia, we could have it start off with Bert, Ed, Fiona, and Olivia.
Right.
And Olivia and Bert get into a fight.
Right.
We can establish that their dynamic.
Right.
And it causes Olivia to leave.
Right.
And Fiona leaves with her.
Right.
So that because they're not going to leave a child out on the trail alone.
Right.
And that's where we can start building up a connection between Fiona and Olivia.
Right.
And then we can move on from that.
Right. And then who was left off the ATV?
And then you got
Mo, Regina, and
Sigourney. And I think Mo and Sigourney are walking around.
Right.
And that's why she, like, they get kind of lost in the trail or something like that.
That's exactly. I think that Regina gets lost because she has. Sigourney gets lost. I really want to lean in on Sigourney has no care for the trail, right? Like Sigourney really, unlike anyone else, has zero interest or passion, and it's very easy for her to get lost because she doesn't know the landmarks, she doesn't know anything. And Mo is either stoned or just like, oh, we're gonna let nature guide us or whatever. Like he's just refusing to help. And I think she's getting. He
did mushrooms.
Yeah, I think
he found he found mushrooms on the trail.
Yeah. And that's like, and he's just refusing to help, and it's really frustrating to her because he knows it like so well. You know what I mean? And it's just, but I think that's kind of the, and he's like, well, why don't you tell me how you ended up here then? You're like, oh, we're all on a journey or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that. I think that's their story. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's high on mushrooms or something like that.
I love it.
Okay.
And that's the thing, like, she's getting hungry. Maybe that's the thing, is eventually she, like, just, like, takes a swipe of berries or something, and that's what upsets her stomach. And he like, tells her not to. Or he tells her to, and he's like, no, I think he tells her not to.
Is it? I know it's just, I feel like it's a stupid joke to put in. Would it be bad that, like, he randomly just has a picnic basket?
No, I think that's good.
And, like, at the end, she's like, where'd you get that sandwich? And I just found it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just found the picnic basket.
I think that's the kind of night he's having. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole thing. And that's why she's getting so frustrated. Is like, I think we can do kind of things of, like, he's going wild. But I think also, like, at one point maybe he's got, like, although, again, I'm talking about what's easy to shoot. But, like, if he could have, like, a deer that walks up to him. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's at that, having that kind of night. And she's just, like, lost and hungry and tired. And she doesn't even believe in this cryptid in the first place. She's just wandering in the woods and, like, yeah.
I don't know. I think if...
What?
I was gonna say he's hallucinating the deer, but no, because then we can't show that.
Yeah, we can't show it. We could, if we couldn't shoot it, we could show like,
him tripping out to a fake deer.
Exactly.
I thought that.
Honestly, though, I do think he's gonna claim to have seen zebra muscles now, and it's gonna be a big like, probably not though, right?
I think he does see zebra muscles though.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's how we want to play that, is that he actually does see...
What's zebra muscles thing? I think it's like an escaped from a circus like 150 years ago. It was like, oh... Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like... Or like a sideshow. I think that's like, a traveling circuit, like a circus train. Circus train! Or if it's a former railway track. Circuses used to go on trains. That's the thing, like a railway... Yeah.
Okay. But again, we find out at the end that, like...
The mayor has been doing it. He's in the trap.
No, but I thought we were going to have that zebra muscles was real at the end.
Both.
Or at least the question
exactly, we're leaving the question open. And I think but I think that's the thing, is truly... If it's real, it's got to have an origin story. Why is there a zebra in the middle of Canada? It's from a circus train. And also because strongmen.
It's not like, a zebra.
Yeah.
Something that's muscular that has the zebra pattern on it.
Yeah.
Is how it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's almost like a giant moose. Yeah, it's almost like it's really just maybe that's it. Maybe it's just a moose that has zebra fur.
Yeah, but no, I think that like when Kyle's talking about it, well, I don't know, but in my mind it was like because you always talked about a Bigfoot, right? So I thought it was standing on its hind legs.
Yeah,
but no, I'm also down for. In reality, it's a moose, like a striped moose or whatever. That's like a good way to, and because it could have been rearing up or whatever, like.
Or that could be what the like fake cryptid is.
I don't think we see the fake cryptid.
No, but like but I mean like we could probably catch the fake cryptid, like pretend to catch a fake cryptid, and it's just a spray painted moose.
Yeah.
With like black, like it's just this moose with black stripes on it.
Yeah, that's true. No, white stripes.
White stripes. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll think of that.
Okay, so what do we have for the teams? I've liked what we had. But it splits to 4, basically. Okay.
Okay, so the teams are... It starts with 4 at the beginning. It's Bert, Ed, Fiona, and Olivia. They're on the side-by-side. Because Fiona and Ed are riding in the back type.
Right. And then it's Regina, Mo, Sigourney. And then
I think Sigourney is like, I think Regina and Mo, like Sigourney, like stays behind, doesn't do, like kind of showing no interest in going, and then feels left out and gets on the ATV and goes and tries to find them.
Okay. No, I don't think she's comfortable driving an ATV.
Okay. No, you're right. Okay, so they're just walking then. There is no ATV in this scene. I don't think the 3 of them.
So how would you? How do we structure Regina's plot? Regina's plot that that's what's missing here. To structure it in a way of like, oh, she comes off as like a naked politician, but we also establish her enmity with the mayor. It's got to be maybe something where she gets a call. And that's what or a pollster, or maybe she's
Okay, Regina doesn't find. I think it's bad if Regina is the one to discover.
I like that she does because she has the power to turn him in, but she doesn't. But also maybe that's not in character. Maybe we don't want her to be that good yet.
I think
it's Olivia. It's definitely Olivia, because she's the one who can see the incompetence of adults. But then, and like have the chance to make a change, but be like, the symbol is more important.
Okay.
I don't know, but to me that's the.
Could also be Ed.
Ed's too. I don't want to give Ed that powerful moment.
So. Yeah. Okay. Olivia discovers.
Yeah, to me that feels right, but I'm not. Are you feeling good about that?
I'm either feeling like Olivia or Sigourney. Sigourney could do it.
I feel like we had, and we don't have to. We're not married to Sigourney's story, but we do have a storyline for Sigourney nailed down. And if we put her in both of these, then we've just stacked our moments. Yeah, also, Sigourney doesn't care enough. I think she would turn him in. To me, it's either Bert or Olivia. It's like Bert would be like, well, it won't be the first time I did a cover-up for the mayor.
Okay, let's picture how the mayor gets caught.
I think he's in a bear trap. Because those bear traps, they're like trailers, right? Like they're huge trailers.
Live bear traps.
Yeah, they're clearly marked. Like, don't go in here. You're not going to be able to get out. Don't go in here. But if you go in, you can't get out. So the mayor's waiting there. If the rangers get there, it's probably going to come out.
How did he get in there? He just stupid and walked in?
He didn't. Yeah, he was wearing the zebra mussels thing. He was wearing the mask, and he just like couldn't see properly, or whatever, the shark jaws or whatever. Like, he's caught red-handed, faking the zebra mussels thing. There's no question that's what he was doing.
Okay.
To me, this is like an easy way to catch him, right? Like,
yeah.
And he didn't see the signs or whatever because he was wearing the mask or whatever, and with the shark jaws and the whole deal.
Was he running away from somebody?
Maybe. But he's been there, I think he's been there for a while.
Yeah. What if he saw the real zebra mussel?
Okay.
While he was doing this, he saw the real zebra mussel, and that's why he got into a panic. The mask was all over the place. Right. He's running and can't see where he's going, and he runs right into it. But he's now safe inside there.
Right. But he's just waiting for this jig to be up, and he's like, no, listen, you gotta believe me, you gotta help, because if this gets out, our town is gonna be a laughingstock, and whoever it is decides. That's the thing. He comes off as a little bit of a villain, but whoever it is decides to let him go, even though he's been doing the wrong thing. But now they also have like a little string on him, which is a nice little tie to it as well. That's why it was good to be Regina. Because she has the most motivation to let it ruin his career. But I think
she would ruin his career.
That's the thing. I think at least in the very first episode, we don't want to make these people redeemed. So to me, it's Olivia.
What'd she get out of it? What's she looking for? What's the reason why she doesn't rat him out?
It's the protection of the trail and nature, right? It's like the tourism and the attention, and maybe she set up a GoFundMe based on it, protect the whatever. Like, to me, she understands the value of the viral thing as much as the mayor, and more than almost any of these other people.
What if we establish her slowly working for the mayor?
I love it.
And that's it. She's all trying to care about getting to getting that next step up. And this is, like, she's seeing a chance to make big changes. Yeah. Working with...
Really, the trail is small potatoes for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sees the political gains that she can make.
Right. But when he gets voted out...
Exactly.
Yeah.
It changes it adds to the story.
Right. Okay.
But no, she wouldn't like the mayor though. I feel.
I think she's making. This is like an Anakin Skywalker thing. I think this is her slowly choosing, like, thinking she's choosing the greater good for the. At least this choice, right? This choice is, what does she get out of turning him in? She only just disappoints a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I don't know long term if she ends up working for the mayor or not. I think that's to be seen. Because I do agree, like, she just has no trust for adults and that kind of, like, or the system. But I do think in this case, that's part of the...
Can we establish that part of the town's tourism... Can we establish in the episode that part of the town's tourism comes from this zebra mussels?
I think so.
Or is that too much? Because then it also puts... It puts the weight of, a lot of people in town are going to lose money if the truth comes out.
Yeah, I don't think that there's... Like, as always, I'm always like... But it's not a huge deal. It's like I want everything to be kind of mediocre. But I do think that's part of it, is like the legend of zebra mussels is going to be ruined. And, like, I do think there's people like Eduardo who are true believers, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're also going to have that. And I think we're going to show it go viral in that room. I think that's the thing is, remember they posted it to TikTok. Part of the point of this is that they're getting a lot of attention for that kind of thing. And it speaks to, whatever, like having hidden Bigfoot. You think having Legend of Bigfoot isn't good for nature? It definitely is.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Okay, so I want to just note this down. Regina Mo Sigourney. Then we'll have to figure out what Sigourney's doing next time. After Bert, Olivia, get... And then... and Olivia branch off. Eventually. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I'm happy with this.
Me too. Yeah. We made a lot of progress tonight, I think.
I think so.
Overcame a lot of our stuff of some of these characterizations, and I think we're making good progress towards having the pilot done by the end of the night. So,
End of the night?
End of the month.
Oh my god.
If you're watching now, and I don't know if we're probably not set up to do a raid, but we're gonna jump over to Bigfoot Bjornson's stream, and if you want to too, I would recommend it. He's a great guy. He runs the Twitch Writers Network, or co-runs, very heavily involved in it, and there's some good stuff going on over there. So yeah, check it out. Until next time, don't stop writing.